Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to 3Y Television. And tonight, we are here for round number 3 of the OSCA 2022B Sportsman Series, and we're here for the Macho Man Kentucky Derby. Mucho Macho Man Kentucky Derby 130. A little blurry here. As of right now, it's just going to be me and Matthews here to make his picks, and hopefully we'll have Ben Brost joining us a little bit later, working on some technical difficulties as we speak. Hopefully get those bugs worked out.
Check the
and
Discord.
The Discord? Where am I checking, Carlos?
Broadcast. We
Broadcast?
practice.
Is he? Oh yeah! Dang it! I'm terrible at planning. But anyway, every man may want to be Macho Man, but every horse wants to be Mucho Macho Man. Born in 2008 and named after the Village People song, Macho Man, Mucho Man is an American thoroughbred who won the Breeders' Cup Classic in 2013. And he finished third place in the Kentucky Derby in 2011. Wow, so hey, thanks for the nuggets, Carlos. That's perfect area here for Kentucky, the Kentucky Derby, and hopefully we don't have the derbies that we had last couple of weeks at Bristol and at Daytona. We're here at Kentucky. Track's a little bit tighter than a lot of the mile-and-a-half ovals that we raced on in the past, and I'm really going to be looking at turns 3 and 4. Whoever can master those corners, I think is going to have the key to win here tonight. As of right now, we do have Cooper Johnson, the rookie, on the top of the leaderboard here in practice. Zach Rogers filling in for Brent Jones tonight. He's currently scored in second, and Damien Leiniger is in third place in practice so far. Do you have the points up, Carlos? There we go.
Nailed it. We are on fire.
Man, that was just on cue there. And there you see the driver standings after 2 races. Of course, Indelcado, after his dominating performance at Bristol last week, leads Adam Peeler by 30 points. And just to note, Austin Beers, third place in the points, not in tonight's field, is going to be missing, and we'll have a couple other fill-in drivers here as well. We'll get to those as we go on through the night. You see the rest of the top 10 in the standings, but as we're winding down practice here, a couple guys still out on track, not too many, as we're just a few moments away from qualifying. I gotta have a little humble brag. Do you have the broadcasters, or not the championship?
You're gonna have to vamp. I forgot to update that.
Oh, okay. So we're going to have to wait on that for just a little bit. We'll get our picks in a moment. We do have Matthew here for his picks. And he'll be joining us tonight. He's getting joining us from Watkins Glen area. So we'll Matthew, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Enjoying it up here in New York. We'll enjoy watching the race tonight. I'd prefer to be in the booth and call it with you guys, but might be nice just to sit back and watch it for race day tomorrow at the Glen.
Yeah, it's best of luck to you tomorrow, and best of luck with your picks here tonight. Are you coming? You're coming back before the second half too to make your pick?
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I might have to hop in here and do that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you might have to. Yeah, make sure you're here during the warm up. So once Carlos gets the standings, then we get the official order of which we'll make our picks from, as we see a couple of the South Shore guys.
Oh man, here we go. Commentator standings.
All right, and I think we do have a block. There we go. Woohoo! Still in the lead, but tight there for second. So I believe, according to the standings-wise, Carlos would go first.
Man, I am just straight up not having a good start of the season here. I'm going to go nice and easy. I saw him having a good shot in the Strictly Stock Series. and didn't do too bad. I'm actually gonna go with Dot is my hand for the first half.
Yeah, you gotta say who he finished second to in that race too.
No, I don't.
maybe wanted to humble brag there again a little bit, but Matthew, who do you got for tonight?
There's a lot of good options between the points leaders, some of the hometown guys. To avoid the stereotype of taking guys from my own team, I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I say out on a limb because he doesn't usually. I believe I don't even know if he's filling in or full time tonight, but I believe we do have Hank Steinmiller in the field tonight, don't we?
We do. Yes, he's filling in for Westergreen tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to go Hank Steinmiller. I'm not going to get to pick him often as he doesn't have a full-time ride here. And I raced around Hank a lot in OSCA this season. Hank is a fast guy. I mean, I think he absolutely has pace enough to win one of these things tonight.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good pick, and actually was going to be kind of my sleeper pick if he did stand. But, of course, you did take him. So I'm going to go with one of the hometown boys here tonight. And you know what? I can pick from guys on your team. And I'm going to go with Kian Rally. He is from Highland Heights, Kentucky. I don't know how close that is nearby, but it's there. And, we do have Ben in the booth, and maybe we'll see if we got those technical difficulties worked out. But, Matthew, we hope to hear from you after the first half here and get your second half picks. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, as soon as I see that checkered flag drop, I know on the broadcast it's a little bit late. I'll hop right in here and we'll get that squared away.
Sounds good.
Have fun, guys.
Will do. So there we are right now as currently things stand. Zach Rogers on the pole, and he is filling in for Brent Jones in that 89 car, looking pretty stout as of right now. Actually running pretty identical lap that Nick Indelcato is currently sitting in second in the standings. We see Robert Hill Jr. making his qualifying run. Just about a minute left here in qualifying.
Well, let's see if Ben's here.
Yeah, Ben, you got a copy?
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah, hey, you sound a lot better now. I like it.
Good. Good.
Well, glad to have you back.
Thank you. Good. Well, I turned 40 this year, and old people in technology, you know how it is. So, but the truth of the matter is, what happened was, I had this identical setup for microphones and stuff a while ago, but I took the good microphone that I have out to my podcast studio, so I was using an old microphone, and then I ordered this new setup. So here we are, and tonight this is the first time using it. So and also on my new computer, so I'm trying to get all this tech ironed out, so nothing like an on-air production meeting, right?
Heck yeah! Only one way to get it broken in is to use it, and here we go. As we got about 10 seconds left to go in qualifying. There you see the Landshark Kynan Jones making his qualifying run. Currently sits 23rd in the standings. And, well, Ben, it's been a while. I think last time, I believe, wasn't it Spa that you were at a road course? So,
it was Bathurst.
Bathurst. There we go. And now we're here at Kentucky. Got you're more of a dirt guy, but at least we're back on an oval. Probably something a little bit more that you're familiar with.
Well, I'm left-handed. We race on dirt ovals, and I don't even like taking right-hand turns. So, yeah, it's going to be back here on this oval. Thanks for the invite earlier today. Second time in my 25-year career calling an I race. And, excited to be here, excited the opportunity. Goody, just so you know, Claude Peisig, he said that he had a blast working with you earlier this summer at Eagle Valley Speedway. So, and he thought it was pretty cool that you and I were neighbors growing up. And yeah, so it was a lot of fun. But I did a little homework on Kentucky. Watched a few races today on YouTube and trying to do just a little bit of prep work. Being that I don't know these guys and point standings and all that stuff that an actual announcer should know. But this low bank track, I mean, to me, the way that it looks like guys that to be able to sweep up coming out of a corner, or get a bit of a slingshot going on too. There's enough, you can gather up enough speed where to me it looks like in real life, it looks like there was some, in having watched it, there was some exciting racing here in Kentucky, and I'm definitely excited to see what these guys can do here tonight.
Yeah, it should be an awesome show here tonight, but before we get to the green flag action, we'll go over the starting lineup. And again, on the pole is Zach Rogers. He's racing for Mountain Type Motorsports, and he's the hometown boy from Louisville, Kentucky. On the outside, it is the points leader, Nick Indelcato, running for Shift Esports, and he's out of Syracuse, New York. In row number 2, starting in third, will be Hank Steinmiller, filling in for David Westergreen. And I'm on the wrong sheet here. There we go. And for South Shore Racing, he's from Bridgeport, West Virginia. In the 4th spot, another home state guy. In the 11 for Shift Esports is Kian Rally from Highland Heights, Kentucky. And the rookie is going to be starting on the inside of row number 3. That is the 91 of Cooper Johnson, running for Beers Motorsports. And he's out of South St. Paul, Minnesota. And starting alongside, it's the young buck out there. It's Caden Tufts from the Weekend Woodsman team. And he's from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. And there's starting in, I believe it's 7th now, Damien Leiniger. He is from South Shore. Well, he's running for South Shore Racing. He's from Bakersfield, California. And alongside him on the outside, Me Fine, number 6, Zach Evans, running for Wally Racing. He's from Princeton, North Carolina. Oh, we lost Ben there. And starting on the next row is going to be in 9th spot is Timothy Conrad in the 35. And he is another Weekend Woodsman warrior out there. And he's out of Ohio. And alongside him, rounding out the top 10, it's the number 2 guy in the points, Adam Peeler, in the 13 Nurse Aviator Racing Machine, and he's out of South Carolina. And bringing up row number 6 on the inside from Medford, Wisconsin, it's Dustin the Dragon Dewer, and he's running for Do Good Motorsports. And alongside him on the outside, Dallas Myhan Shift E Motorsports, again, his last full season in iRacing competition, and he's from Struthers, Ohio. And in the next row, we have Adam Tempe in the 96, and he is he's running for South Shore Racing, and he's from South Bend, Indiana. And on the outside in 14th is Alex Kenton in the 14, and he is running for Nurse Aviator Racing as well, and he's out of Wyoming. And on the next row on the inside, Seth Rollins in the 25 Shift Esports Ford, and he's from Peabody, Massachusetts. And on the outside of him, another Shift Esports machine, actually S2 Racing machine, Ford. It's the 10 of Ty McIntosh, and he is from Asheville, North Carolina. Vincent Isabella on the inside in the 83. The next row, running for Beers Motorsports, and he's from Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. And on the outside of him is the 99 of Gilberto Javier Gomera, another S2 Racing Ford from Worcester, Massachusetts. And on the next row inside, starting 19th, is Ray Bracey in the 80 machine for Wall-E Racing. He's from Charleston, South Carolina. And on the outside of him, Kyle Carlson in the 18 Nurse Aviator Racing Chevrolet, and he's out of Minnesota. And we got another guy north of the border from Canada in the 05, Robert Hill Jr. And he is running for Mountain Type Motorsports as well, and he's from Ottawa, Ontario. And alongside him in the 39 machine is Jordan Tarble for Mountain Type Motorsports. A lot of cars for those guys. And he's from Thomasville, North Carolina. Next row, it's on the inside, is the Landshark Kynan Jones running for In-Law Racing, and he's from Blackwaters, Queensland, Australia. And starting on the outside in 24th is Jack Ely in the number 81 Beers Motorsports Toyota, and he's driving out of Wall, New Jersey. I think we got a few more cars left here. Go to the next screen. There we go. Brian Osborne on the inside of the next row. He's running for 6415 Racing. Got that team name right this week. He's out of Howell, New Jersey. And alongside him in the 16 is Chris Gutierrez from Nurse Aviator Racing, and he's out of Kansas. In the next row on the inside, Neil Rutt in that 66 machine, another rookie in the field, running for Three Pedal Mafia, and he's out of Colts Neck, New Jersey. And on the outside is Zach Skotnicki in the always preferred number 44 in the 6415 Racing Toyota. He's out of Buffalo, New York. And Dylan Thomas in the 03 is going to line up in the next row on the inside for Mountain Tight Motorsports. He's out of Denison, Texas. And on the long side, on the outside of him is the 71, honoring Dave Marcus, Dave Carpenter. See, matching names there, first names there. And Three Pedal Mafia, and he's out of New Jersey. And in the next row on the inside, Cody McLean in the 5, and he's running for Weekend Woodsman out of Rochester, Pennsylvania. And in the starting alongside in 32nd is John Lynch in the 86 machine for In-Law Racing. He's from Yulee, Florida. And then rounding out tonight's field in the 72 for Three Pedal Mafia, it's Aaron Leineman, and he's out of Oceans, New Jersey. Whew! Whole lineup's in. These guys did a couple extra pace laps to make sure I got the lineup in, but I think we have Ben back in here, and we're about ready to go racing. Are you ready, Ben?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's I tell you what, you know, coming from my dirt background, looking at this screen right now, it's sort of like looking at down turn 4 into a bunch of dust. These guys are a little hard to see, but and that's just a technical issue. Remember, again, old people and technology just don't mix very well. But anyway, I recognize a few names from my last time on the microphone with you, Goody, and yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here tonight. And I'm pulling for, I heard the name, the guy who's honoring a fellow cheesehead, Dave Marcus. I'm pulling for him to win tonight.
Yeah, old Dave Carpenter in the 71. He's run a lot of throwbacks to him. So we'll hopefully he gets a good run starting in the back, see if he can work his way forward. We're about ready to go. Green flag racing. Zach Rogers in that 89. Going to lead him to the green flag here once the pace truck dives down here in the Macho Man Kentucky Derby. Did I say that right, Carlos?
Yeah.
Nailed it. Boom. All right. He always gives me tongue twisters for names. Pace truck is off. Zach Rogers is going to wait till the Geico restart zone to go. He's got to maintain speed. We've seen drivers nailed for that in the past. And, driver disappeared. He's back. And green flag is out. Zach Rogers hits that loud pedal, and we are racing here at Kentucky. And already got Hank Steinmiller looking on the inside going into turn 1. I thought we were going to have a 3-wide battle for the lead, but Steinmiller filling in for Westergreen. He wants that clean air. He wants to be out front. He's got that inside line hooked up. It's a dogfight going down the backstretch. Side by side, they're coming into turn 3. That top side run, I think it's usually pretty similar in dirt as it is in asphalt, Ben. That outside line getting a pretty good run going down, coming off the corners.
Well, what is similar between dirt and asphalt, as racetracks, they go in and out, right? So in rubber on asphalt or rubber on dirt, doesn't matter. When the track racing surface comes in, it makes a groove. And that groove, or where there's the most rubber on the racetrack or most traction, is that's going to be that fast line. So it was a really, really stout move made there to challenge for the lead right away in lap 1. And I thought, when I looked at him, like, 3 wide right away. Nope. These testament to the capability of these drivers too, is they're starting to get settled in a little bit here, and I think we're gonna see some bombs drop later on in this race. These guys look like they're just sitting back, kind of enjoying the ride a little bit, jockeying for position somewhat, a little bit back there in mid-pack, I see. Once these guys get settled in, I think we're going to see last 8-10 laps. It's going to be a dogfight, elbows up.
Yeah, elbows will be up. I think right now, trying to get a feel for that track. You see some guys testing out different lines, trying to find that grip that Ben was talking about, and especially here at Kentucky, talking about being kind of a flatter 1.5-mile track, and turns 1 and 2, I believe, has a little bit more banking than 3 and 4, and 3 and 4 can get particularly tight. So you want to save those tires, and you want to be able to get your elbows up and make those moves up for the lead, as right now Steinmiller just kind of hounding Zach Rogers for that lead. But I think right now, kind of as you said, just kind of biding his time, kind of enjoying maybe a little Sunday stroll, maybe setting the pace for himself, trying to save that right front tire. I think that's going to be very key here tonight. And I guess that's a little different too for dirt racing and asphalt. I think more or less, in asphalt you worry about your right front tire, and probably a little bit more for the rear tires for dirt track racing.
Well, and actually, and look at that, a very nice move there. Looked like Steinmiller was just stalking his prey, waiting for an opportunity to capitalize. In the second place car, I believe that's Rogers. If I were him right now, let Steinmiller go ahead. Let him use up his tires. Let him punish his race car. And, just sit back and wait. Is it really early yet in the stages of this one? And, but yeah, talking about tires, actually, Goody, believe it or not, the right front tire has become incredibly important in the dirt track side of racing, too. There's a lot of pressure that goes up onto that right front. Same thing on these asphalt cars, too. These things are just way more intricate because not only do you have to keep the car balanced, transfer weight from the left and right rear to the right front and so on, and get that weight to move around, but also simultaneously keep the cars hugged to the ground as tight as possible. It is no easy task. I was talking to a local asphalt crew chief about a month ago, and he was telling me about like where we might deal in 1/4 inches or 2 turns, if you will. These guys are dealing in tenths and hundreds of inches and tiny percentages and things like that. What they're capable of doing behind the wheel of these cars is nothing short of remarkable. The 39 entry, the throwback. Oh, we got trouble.
I think Tarbell and Kynan Jones getting together, and the caution is out. First caution of the night here on lap number 9 of 43. And just as Ben was starting to say, Tarbell in that throwback of Ryan Newman making contact there with Kynan Jones. We'll take a look at the 3-wide TV replay here. And it looks like Kynan came down. Tarbell's going to push up. Was it netcode that caused that? And the 86 of Lynch. Bracey looked like he got headed straight for that inside wall, but he might be okay in that 80 machine. He was coming in the top 10 of points, and everything kind of stacks up behind them. Ely gets maybe a little bit of damage on the front end. And like you said, just dealing with, speaking of just fractions of an inch, and that's looked like what happened there. Maybe a little bit of that net code. Ooh, it looks, something kind of upset the car there before they made contact. For the 39.
That's the thing, too. Like, these cars are designed to run on an incredibly smooth racing surface. As I'm talking and analyzing the entire thing, the 39 and the 73 got together. Something looked awry on the 39 car. It kind of bounced around a little bit, and just a racing deal got into the 73 some maybe. It's really hard to tell. Unfortunate all around. But anyway, these cars are designed to go on incredibly smooth racing surface. You put a feather in front of them, it will upset these cars. That's why in real life, track officials, they pay so much attention to drying the tracks, to sweeping them off, to making sure that they're in tip-top shape. Same thing applies in the sim world as we get into pit stops here.
Yeah, some cars choosing to stay out as of right now. 6 cars stay out on the racetrack. See right on the left side of your screen from Scott Nicky on up in 6th position, but Steinmiller does win that race off pit road. So I forgot to ask what they're limited on tires. Vic, if you can hear me, maybe he can give us some insight there. How many sets
they're
of
limited
tires?
to 1 extra set of tires, and I'm calling that race control's calling that net code. between
Net
the
code?
73 and 30.
All right, so that's netcode seemed to upset the cars there, and so I believe they use their set there for the first half here is 43 laps. I believe next half will be 44, so with only one extra set of tires. You see the top 6 hoping maybe for a late caution, and they're going to be on the freshest rubber, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And right now they're going to be probably sitting ducks after this restart for how much tire fall off there can be here at Kentucky. I know Carlos could speak to it. We were kind of almost in the same boat in the strictly stock race earlier here tonight. Caution came out pretty close to around the same time.
Oh yeah, what could have been?
I shouldn't have brought up that caution because Carlos might have been making a pass for the lead, and yeah, he didn't win it, but some other guy did, so that's all right. Carlos has nothing to say. As we are getting double filed up here for the restart. Alex Kenton choosing to stay out on the racetrack. He's going to inherit the lead. Chris Gutierrez is going to start on the outside and see how long they can stay out front with these older tires. But again, I don't think this is a move for right now for track position. It's going to save those sets. If there's another caution later in this half, they'll be sitting in the catbird seat. And yeah, Ben, I think it's going to be interesting strategy that's going to play out here tonight, and it could be a little chaotic with those guys in the fresh tires starting behind the top 6 that stayed out.
You know what? And that's fine. It can be chaotic, but it's whoever can master that chaos. You will obviously come out ahead. When pit strategy and early race cautions and things like that happen, that's really where as the late great Macho Man would say, the cream rises to the top. Oh yeah, that's what's going to happen here. The early stages and the latter stages of this one.
Oh yeah, see now
yeah.
Heck yeah, Macho Man, Randy Savage, love it. As the pace truck dives down pit road, we're gonna get ready to go back to green flag racing. They're gonna get in that Geico restart zone, and Alex Kenton gets a good jump along with Dylan Thomas on the inside in that 03, and they're gonna take the top 2 spots. Yeah, it looks like Gutierrez did kind of snap on that restart. He's gonna try to hold what he can with these guys that pitted to keep an eye out. Hank Steinmiller currently in 5th spot after one corner, and he's going for more here down the backstretch, but Osborne's looking on the inside too for 4th. That kind of blocks the move there for Steinmiller. So after one lap, I think you can say that's a success if you can stay in the top 5 with those older tires.
Yeah, yeah. But they're really not that old by comparison.
Osborne smacked the outside wall.
Yeah, Osborne making contact with the wall there. Keeps on ticking as of right now. That 6th spot might be falling a few more spots with those older tires, but yeah, they're holding up pretty strong, but at some point, these tires could also plateau for these guys. So if they can hang on in the top 10 or around the top 10, then they'll still have that fresh set in the pits. And well, I guess everyone else will be staying out at that point. No one else will be able to pit. So they'll be restarting in the back, but they'll have a lot fresher tires once it comes down to that point.
This is where you get out your graphing calculator and your plotting paper and your abacus and all that other stuff, and exactly, and you add your
contact!
Oh, look at that!
Oh, they save it. Caution is out.
Caution is out.
Oh, Steinmiller involved a little bit in the wreck there. I believe Kenton in the 14 went around. He dropped quite a few spots. So, and it's that cream rising to the top, the fresh tires going through the field, things get tight. Some of these guys on the little bit older tires might not have been able to turn the car as well as these guys on fresh tires. And it looked like there was almost a 3-wide situation there too, Ben.
These tires, not knowing what we don't know, how they're going to do, how they're going to fall off. I mean, weather does play a factor, and temperature of the racing surface and all that stuff goes into it. But this is where, okay, you got one extra set of tires. You're on fresh tires. You got 10 laps newer of tires, essentially, is what you got.
There's the contact.
Whoa.
and then cuts in front of Gutierrez. Dylan Thomas spins him around. Yeah, and that's the interesting thing with the this tire strategy. So now, the guys who just pitted, they only ran just a handful of laps there, and now that a lot of these guys are coming down pit road, they're not really going to have the advantage that these guys who just pitted did. Oh, that looked like netcode too, didn't it? Not sure. It might be a big netcode bubble going on here tonight in the internet
Race control
racing
is
world.
not calling that netcode.
Oh, not calling it netcode. Okay.
Not calling it netcode.
Let's see. Let's get a good look here from Dylan Thomas.
Across
Nope.
the nose.
Yep. That's correct call by race control. Thanks, Vic Bloom, for the update there. And I just have to mention, Vic. Vic said he saw you announcing just a couple weeks ago at Eagle Valley. He's
Yeah, he was literally standing trackside.
Yeah, that's a new way to announce, Ben.
Literally standing trackside, feet like spread as far apart as I've seen anybody ever doing commentary. It was amazing.
That doesn't sound like Ben.
Phone in his right hand and everything.
So, yeah, that.
Yeah, it was for the Kyle Runkle Memorial Race.
Yeah, and so I've called every Kyle and Uncle Memorial race, and that was number 6, and I'll do it as long as I'm physically able to. But part of my shtick, if you will, when I'm at a racetrack and I'm on the PA mic, is I'm a pretty good play-by-play guy, pretty good color guy. Where I excel at is creating an atmosphere of one of which, when you wake up the next morning, you're sitting down at your table drinking your coffee, and you go, I don't know what the hell that was last night, but damn it, I want more, and I'm going back. That's what I'm really good at. And I also I'm of the firmest belief that announcers' booths are cages and microphone cords are leashes, and I don't like to be contained. So I'm out with the crowd and out with the fans as much as I can. But especially for that race, because Kyle Runkle, yeah, exactly. Especially for that Runkle crew, because they're all Rice Lake based primarily. So I got to know those guys for my tenure at Rice Lake. So I wanted to get out there in the feature and do some things to try and bring back a little nostalgia, maybe. And also, it's just way more fun because I move around a lot when I'm working. So I try to give myself the proper space, if you will. Plus, I'm from years back, I'm pretty sure my announcing partner still gets annoyed with me anytime I leave the booth. So that was a little fun. But yeah, that was a good time. That was a good race.
Yeah, and I think Vic almost had the same feeling. He had a good time. He messaged me about it right away, and I'm like, damn, I can't believe I missed that race. But speaking of racing, we're going back to green flag racing. Nick Indelcato is now your leader in that number 4 machine, your points leader, and he's won 3 out of the 4 halves so far here in the 2022 B season. You gotta wait till he gets into the restart zone, and green flag is out. Another good jump for the leader here this time. He's gonna really walk both lines. Steinmiller on the inside, Thomas on the bottom. Thomas, who just kind of went for a ride there, hanging on to that second spot. Hopefully didn't burn those tires up too much. See those baseball-themed South Shore racing machines hooked up on the bottom. Steinmiller now in second. We've seen him leading not too long ago. Damien Leiniger. Of course, Damien's running good now that I didn't pick him. Although he warned me not to pick him, probably for his sake. I think every time announcer picks him, he has the announcer's curse.
Yeah, that's why I quit picking drivers years ago.
Yeah, we're having a point standings here, so we're just jinxing drivers one race at a time here. So it's always fun.
Listen, those of us who can't race announce. That's why I've been on the microphone for 25 years.
Right. I mean, that's me for the most part. I can test, especially here on iRacing, because like I said, any day that Indelcato, we talked to him last week. His worst day, I would love to have that as my best day ever. Indelcato currently leading.
You'd probably finish like 7th. His worst, with just an ounce of, I'm be the same way. Like, the talent that's in his pinky toe is about the amount of talent I have, especially in iRacing. So even on his worst day, yeah, it would never be nearly as good as, his worst day is way better than my best day ever could be. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, it's in Delgado. We've seen him. I think last time Bathurst, he was battling up there for the lead. So he's got a very diverse portfolio where he can run well at. And right now here at Kentucky, leading the charge, Steinmiller again filling in for David Westergreen in that 9 machine, currently sitting in second. There we have the rookie out of South St. Paul, Minnesota, Cooper Johnson, the 91, Dylan Thomas, trying to hang on after starting on in the second position on this restart. And how about this? Our Medford boy, Dustin Dewer, currently sits in 6th.
Let's go. Go Big Red.
Hell yeah. And Dewer working his way up through the field. I know he had some technical difficulties. Maybe it's the Medford boys thing tonight with microphones. He had a headset issue.
There's a reason why it takes all of us 8 years to graduate high school.
That's right. That's right. Go, like you said, go Big Red. That's about how that works out.
Yeah.
As Dewer is now battling for that 5th spot with Dylan Thomas. And we've got those baseball cars battling right now for the 2nd spot. Steinmiller and Leiniger. Leiniger goes the inside. Yep, he's coming around 3rd. Oh, he made it home. He's in 2nd. He's at least 2nd base now, I guess you could say. The Steinmiller, I gotta wonder, the way he's kind of driving off the initial start, you gotta wonder, is Steinmiller saving those tires to make a late race charge? Because right now, Indalcado's kind of setting sail, and you don't want to burn stuff up to try to get up to him.
Well, right. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is that you can't, you got to save your stuff, It's like Dick Trickle always said, if you want to finish first, you must first finish.
Yeah, it's a very important key, and Damien, as we see him in 2nd, we've seen him have a few issues finishing, having a few issues, and I think that's probably his goal here tonight. Just finish the race, get that good run. He's shown speed all season long, but hasn't quite had the luck here, especially in the first 2 chaotic races at Daytona and Bristol. And now at Kentucky, things getting a little spread out more, a little less chaotic, and he's currently sitting 2nd, about a 2nd and 2/10 behind Nick Indalcado. And it's going to be interesting to see if some of these guys are trying to save, because you don't want to. Well, actually, Damien, looking at the scoring chart, he's gaining a little bit. See what he gets this time by. Damien not holding anything back, but you also don't want to let that leader get too far ahead. They virtually ran the identical laps this last time by Indalcado and Leiniger. And but you don't want to be, if you are like a Hank Steinmiller running in 4th. Currently, right now, I believe he is about 3 seconds back of the leader. Get close, maybe 2 seconds. You don't want to get too far back, Ben, and then once your stuff does kind of come in, and you might be able to catch him, but you might be too far back to be able to make a move.
Well, yeah, you definitely don't want to be in that spot of you got a long way to go and a short while to get there. So you want to keep your stuff competitive, keep your tires warm, keep your momentum up, and then capitalize on striking when the iron's hot. And about 10 laps from now, I think we're going to see a lot of striking while the iron's hot.
Yeah, right now, so he's right here battling about the mid-pack around the 15th position. Ty McIntosh in that 10. They're trying to strike while the iron's hot right now, trying to get through some of this traffic. And again, try not to wear your equipment out. Try not to wear those tires out. We've got 15 laps to go here in half one. And that's one of the kind of cool things about Kentucky. Been to at least one race in Kentucky in real life is the multi-grooves that they can kind of run. And the year I went, I don't know how much you follow NASCAR, Ben, but when it was, I believe it might have been the last race they raced it. Nope, it was not. It was the year before COVID, and it was the Busch brothers battling out on the last lap, and that place went absolutely nuts with Kurt Busch holding off little brother Kyle Busch for the win. Kind of a little bit of an upset. So it was a pretty fun track. Kind of miss NASCAR doesn't come out here anymore, and hopefully soon they'll make their return out here to the Bluegrass State.
Well, they did it in Wilkesboro. They can do it here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, bringing Wilkesboro back, and I got to ask you, Ben. They're making Wilkesboro a dirt track. You got to make your way down there when they do that.
You know what? It's going to go on my bucket list for sure. I don't think I'll be able to make it there this year, but it is definitely on my bucket list. It was on my bucket list prior to the decision to make it a dirt track and go racing on it again. I just wanted to see it because, you know, you go back 30 years and, you know, that's what NASCAR was. And the racetrack itself was just like, they locked it up when they left and walked away from it. And so a lot of that stuff was weathered, of course, but preserved. But yeah, I wanted to get to Bristol. Well, when there's dirt, I still want to go to a Bristol NASCAR race. But yeah, and you know, talking about the racing history, Kentucky, the bluegrass state, there's a lot of amazing talent that comes from down there. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, I got even a teammate of ours in for Do Good Motorsports, Jeff Green, who runs iRacing. Let's try to talk him into being a fill-in driver here tonight, but unfortunately did not make it. You have Darrell Waltrip, Mayfield. You know, got a little trouble with the drugs there or meth there a little bit, but yeah, a lot of good thoroughbreds that do come out of Kentucky for sure. Yeah, the Green brothers, the Waltrip brothers, and God, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody there too, but a lot of good pedigree out of Kentucky.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and you know, then you know, just even on the local Saturday night scene, you know, there's a lot of great talent that's there. So, but speaking of great talent, Vincent Isabella,
yeah, old
closing in on Delgado quite a bit.
He maybe saved his stuff. He's closing in for the lead. He's got that home place beer Toyota. He's looking on the inside. Oh, Delgado's trying to pinch him. He couldn't do it. And it looks like Vincent Isabella is going to make the move out of turn 4, and he's going to take over that top spot. So kind of shot out of a cannon there. Vincent Isabella to the lead. And how about the other home state boy in the field, Kian Rally? He's marched his way up into the 3rd spot. So as he said, about 10 laps to go. We got the people with the drivers with their elbows up right now.
Well, and you know, all the NASCAR races that I watched that took place at this racetrack, really coming out of turn number 4, that's where they got that's where they get their best runs. So, and we just saw it right there. When that if you slip up a little bit, and just a car width, really, just one lane, you slip up a little bit, or even just purposefully leave it open by, you know, hitting your mark or trying to aim for your mark. And
and caution out. We got a caution out, and a spinner there. I believe that is the 86 of
88
or 88.
No,
Lynch.
it's definitely 86.
86. Okay, 86 of John Lynch going for a loop there. Thank you, Vic. A little bit blurry here on the replay screen. Let's see what happened. And again, Osborne comes down in the trial. Oh, man. Lynch went for a ride. Hope he's not prone to seizures there because he went for a spin. And, man, and Vincent Isabella just over the radio, too. The tire strategy they had to put themselves in 1 and 2 kind of just talked about how they are going to be sitting ducks here on this final, what potentially could be the final restart. As now I think you'll see maybe Delgado come down pit road here as well. But you see that move one more time. I think maybe Osborne just kind of assumed he was clear and just hooked that rear bumper of John Lynch. And just kind of a tough break. I think that's the second incident that John Lynch was involved in here tonight. Looks like for the most part everyone else does get by. We got pit stops going on. Nick Delgado leading him down pit road. And just kind of as Vincent kind of said over the radio, they're kind of sitting ducks. Kian and Isabella, first and second. And right now, that's got to be the worst feeling in racing, when everyone else is getting fresh tires, and you got to sit out there and try to do whatever you can to hold on to those spots, especially with under 5 to go when we get the restart.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you're sitting out there. You got deal with tires cooling down, tires heating up, and goody, I actually switched over to the YouTube live stream. It's only about a 1/10 of a second behind, and it's a heck of a lot clearer. I'm able to see a heck of a lot more. Just another on-air production meeting.
Yeah, sorry
But-
guys, I only have so much bandwidth.
Well, come on.
Well. I'll see. We do have. We have. Oh, Matthew. Well, he was going to come in and make his picks. He came in a little too early. We're not even done with the race here. But I think the best thing that like Vincent and Kian could see right now is that 7 cars stayed out. Aaron Leineman in the 7th position is the last car that stayed out on the racetrack, and that could bode pretty well, especially if we get under four laps to go. They might have a puncher's chance to hold on here.
McAfee's chance.
Yep, that's all you need. And well, and hey, I gotta do a little self promotion here, because why not? I think I even know old Miss Goody is watching, and Miss Goody's goodies. Vincent's trying to do it for the brand in that 83. Brand. Do it for the brand, as Pat McAfee would say. We'll see if he can hold on here with just a handful of laps to go. We get one more lap to green, so we'll have 4 laps to try to hold off Nick Indelcato, Damien Leininger, Dallas Mahan, Hank Steinmiller kind of sitting back there, the 8th through kind of 12th positions right now. They'll be looking to charge their way up to the front. And this is, I think, this could be a very wild restart here, Ben.
Well, it typically happens on these bigger tracks that while you're normally when you're worried about getting up to speed and then passing. On these bigger tracks like this size, you're getting up to speed and worried about passing all at the same time. And these tires, you break them loose, you're done. And so you're right. I think we're going to see some pretty people are going to be fighting pretty good. And I think we'll see if this is going to be a prelude for anything like what we'll see in the second half. Then we're in for some good racing for that too. It's 5 to go. This is what you should be on the edge of your seat for, because we gonna get to throwing some elbows here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get crazy here. Vincent Isabella is gonna lead him to the green flag. It is out. He's gonna try to get to the biggest lead he can, and he does get off to a good start over Kian Rally and Gutierrez.
Oh, wrecking in the front.
Oh, there's a wreck. Oh, Leiniger, McIntosh, my hand. Leineman's in there as well. Now a lot of cars. This is the big one.
Oh, that's my pick again.
Your pick again? Oh no, my hand involved. That's right. Oh no, and that's one thing too. When you have those fresh tires, you got to go through these guys with the older tires. Things can stack up. Oh, it looks like Leininger gets on the apron, gets his car loose, shoots up the racetrack, and just kind of mayhem ensues behind him.
Well, when you go below that yellow line, and then you try to get back above the said yellow line, especially on a curve, or where it's banked, you're gonna run into some issues there. So, and unless you're like incredibly talented and being able to navigate through that, but yeah, this is as you said, the big one.
Yeah, the big one. Oh, there we see the 35. Unfortunately for Timothy Conrad, he might have to get in the hot tub a little early here tonight. And this is what. Oh, spinning around. Who are we on board with? Is that Lynch again?
No, that's Jones, Kynan.
Oh, Kynan Jones.
Yeah.
Kynan. Oh, now you're falling into my trap.
Look, I'm a little tired. I'm exhausted. I just finished the race.
Oh man, yeah. And there's Thomas going around. It looked like Dewer got through. McLean got through clean. Tarble. He's got a little damage, I believe, from earlier tonight. But yeah, just nowhere to go for a lot of these guys. And actually, kind of watching it again, you did see Leiniger come up the racetrack, but you seen Leineman there, and almost looked like they kind of net coated together.
Yeah.
And then it kind of made everything a little bit worse. And it's really what sent Leiniger up into the outside wall. And again, a lot of these guys just breaking. You see Conrad trying to slow up, but nothing doing there. Making a little bit of contact and a lot of smoke there. A lot of times all you can do is get on the brakes, try to get to a stop, and hopefully you miss it all. So
now, where do you think every one of those drivers involved dead?
I mean, probably per driver, there's probably at least 5. And you times it by how many cars got in that wreck. So there's probably a lot. So now, Ben, kind of setting this up here for the final restart here. We'll have a green-white checkered. We see, I believe, Indel up into the 6th position. So moving up quite a few spots on that restart. But will he have enough time to get to the bumper of Vincent Isabel? We've seen that good jump he had. So this, again, we're kind of that same scenario that we're on the last restart. Is there going to be enough time for those fresh tires to work their way up through the field? Oh, did we lose Ben? I hope we didn't lose Ben. We might have lost Ben for a little bit. Hopefully we can get him back up and going here in a little bit. Maybe speaking of bandwidth. Oh, there goes Ben. He's falling down. Ben looks a little bigger. Kind of looks like shit. He maybe needs a little icy hot. Icy to numb the pain, hot to relax it away. Did I say it right?
Hey, first try.
Boom. That's yeah. Thank you very much. As we get back going, a lot of cars kind of coming down pit road to get their damage fixed, and it's going to be a wild finish here for this one for sure. Hopefully, get Ben. Ben, you got a copy? Maybe nothing yet. We'll get them back up and going here momentarily. Again, your top 5 right now: Vincent Isabella, Chris Gutierrez, Kian Rally, Zach Evans, and how about this? The guy Ben picked, Dave Carpenter, up into the top 5, gained 25 spots from where he qualified. He qualified in the 30th position. Now he's all the way up into the 5th spot. See where he can finish the day out here. Good run for him. I believe we're going to get the 1 to go. Pace truck lights should be off this time by. We'll see. We do have actually a driver quick. Maybe we can get him as we're going to the getting to the restart. We'll bring him up quick. Ty McIntosh. Ty, you're having a good run out there, running the top 10, and kind of mayhem ensued in front of you. What kind of happened there? I should ask if you even had a copy. You might not.
Right, I got you.
Oh, there we go.
Push to talk on.
Okay.
Man, I had a good restart there. I just feel like put myself in a situation where maybe I shouldn't have been, but I think that was just racing with Damien coming up the track. And, you know, it's just what you get on these late restarts with old tires and new tires. Everybody has to go in these short amount of laps, and it's just racing. But the good thing is we got another half, so felt pretty good in the number 10 Far Harley Dirt Mustang. So we're going to try to regather them up and get back out there and maybe try to get another top 10. We've been running there all week and all season. It's just got to finish one of these.
Yeah, you know, Chaos has been a little more tame here tonight, but again, getting caught up in their latest little bit of it here as we go down the backstretch. 1 to go. But before we send you off, wish you best of luck in half number 2. Hopefully, we're going to interview you at some point for the right reasons, Ty. But before we send you off, any shout-outs quick?
Far Harley Dirt, S2 race team, everything that they do for us, Shifty Sports. Hopefully, we can have a better half.
All right, best of luck to you, Ty. Got the quick interview in here. We're about to go back to Green Flag Racing to end this race off, and I think we do have Ben back here just in the nick of time as the pace truck's going to dive down pit road. Vincent Isabella is going to lead him to the restart zone. He's going to choose the outside this time. Will he get this good jump he did last time? Here we go. Green flag is out. Looks like he does, but now will he have the advantage? The best thing he can see right now, 3 wide behind him going into turn 1, but here comes Indel Cotto already up into the 3rd position. Caution is out. Oh, Scott Nicky flipping on the racetrack in the number 44. So, oh boy, more mayhem, and that was not what Vincent wanted to see as Indel Cotto worked his way up into the 3rd position. He's gonna be right on the bumper. Oh, what just happened there? That, you know, Ben, I don't know if we still got a copy from you here, but that's something you don't see at the real racetrack. I wonder, did he disappear on the racetrack?
No, because he would have disappeared on our end.
Yeah, it was like Dell's, like.
Oh!
Oh! Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay.
We thought there was something spooky going on out there. Now he just made contact.
Yeah, I saw the same thing you saw there. As you see Carlson getting tight here. Peeler.
Whoa! Was that almost another wreck there?
Wow, that was. This could have been a wreck almost anywhere. Scott Nicky was just in the middle of a dogfight. Nowhere to go.
Oh, that's net code.
Kind of comes up. Yep, net code. Makes the contact and kind of goes through Dallas. Lucky there. And Damien got lucky as well, but Scott Nicky not so lucky as he barrel rolls that car down turn 2. And kind of a rough restart there for the 44 of Scott Nicky. All right, so we do have technical difficulties here with Ben just messaging me. He might have to have the Geek Squad or someone take a look at it because he's dropping the audio, and kind of unfortunate. Hopefully, maybe gets it worked out. Yeah, you got some old man errors going on out there for Ben. Trying to hopefully figure it out so we can get his podcast stuff working. Glad he was able to join us tonight. Hopefully, get him back on here. We're shaping up for a heck of a restart again. In Delgado on the fresh tires, sitting in front of the two guys that were kind of sitting ducks. They look like they had the race won with about 10 laps to go. Isabella and Kian Rally charging through the field, taking over the top 2 spots, but can they hold on? And then how about this? The rookie Cooper Johnson holding on to that 4th position. Started in the 5th position, moved up 1 spot currently. Gutierrez, we've seen him kind of have to stay out as well, currently holding on to 6th position. And pace truck lights will be off, and it's going to be interesting to see what line Vincent chooses on this restart. Does he want that open spot for Indocado on the inside? If he chooses the inside, Indocado's going to be right on that bumper, but maybe he can kind of use Kian as a pick once we do go 1 to green. I'm assuming he's going to choose the outside line this time, especially with his teammate in Cooper starting in 4th. He'll have him get the kind of the cleaner run and maybe be able to hold up Indocado just a little bit. So it's going to be a lot of strategy going to be involved here on this final restart, and a lot of it's going to be just seeing how much muscle guys like Isabella can do with those older tires. I feel like Ben's still trying to give it a go here. Come on, Ben, you got this. Oh, wait, oh. I hear something. I'm hearing my echo. We don't hear Ben.
You know where the weight room is?
Oh, there he is.
Check it out.
Oh, yeah, I'll figure it out. Oh, man. Oh, and then, the poor scores there. We'll give that to the audio equipment, not Ben. We can't do that. He's old. He doesn't know any better.
Give me a break.
Yeah,
Come on, Ben is a 10 out of 10 commentator.
Yeah.
I've seen him commentate
Hold
at
on.
least 3
Let me
races in real
take
life.
care of that. Let me take care of that. Just give me 1 moment, please, guys. Just give me 1 moment.
All right. Oh, okay, thanks. Oh, there it is.
Oh, the Chinese love me.
Yeah. See, I mean, there's nothing that the dollar can't fix. And thanks, Carlos, for getting those scores corrected the way they should be. Oh.
Yes.
So now, Ben, we're shaping up for another green-white checkered, and now Indocado on those fresh tires. He's going to be starting that 3rd spot. We do see Isabella choose that top side. So he's going to kind of use Kian Rally as a pick here, and for Vincent Isabella, I think it's just going to be key to getting a great restart here.
Well, that's the biggest thing is on these, it's all about balance again, but now you can release your brake pedal a little quicker, maybe get on the gas a little bit more, drag your brake, whatever it is you got to do to get the most horsepower to your wheels and get them to turn the fastest without spinning. It's a heck of a challenge to do, and when the track heats up the way that I'm sure it has, and with the amount of laps that it's been on right now, this is it's quite a challenge for these teams out there. All about balance, control, but you want to push the envelope as much as you possibly can in order to park it in Victory Lane.
We'll see who does so here in just a few more laps. Vincent Isabella, he's going to lay it down all on the line, even if he has to scrape the wall to do so. We're going to find out as they get ready to go to the restart zone. Vincent Isabella's creeping there, trying to hold him back. Green flag is out. See what kind of a jump. Great jump for Isabella once again, but does he have enough to hold off Indel on the fresh tires? But Kian Rally, they're teammates, Indel and Rally teammates, but he's not going to let that 4-car by right now. Best thing Isabella can see, boxed in Indel side by side for that 3rd position, and he's going to try to drive in deep, getting by 2nd place Kian Rally, and he does so. So now 1 lap to go. Does Vince have enough to hold off that 4? Oh, he got loose. Cooper Johnson looks on the inside, 3 wide for 2nd place with the white flag is out. Vincent Isabella trying to hold on. And now Cooper Johnson getting a run. And the Beers Motorsports 91. And he's looking on the inside going into turn 3. They're trying to box Indel out. But oh, Cooper's looking low. He's making a charge side by side in turns 3. Cooper Johnson clears him coming out of 4. The rookie from South St. Paul, Minnesota. Cooper Johnson wins half number 1. Wow.
That guy's a rookie?
He's a rookie in this series. I mean, he's been around, and yeah, what an awesome win. But yeah, race with him in OSCA. He's always runs well. Able to get by Isabella on the final lap, but how about that for Cooper Johnson? First win here in the OSCA series, and you know, we always have that Wisconsin-Minnesota rival, but good to see a Midwest boy win here tonight.
Well, you know, yeah, I got lots of friends in Minnesota who are wonderful people and Packer fans. I mean, they can't be faulted for being Vikings fans because that's where they were born. Nobody's born perfect. You know,
right.
Nobody,
I mean,
you can't be like us, Grady. You can't, you know, you can't have the amazing mothers and fathers like who raised us, you know, and you know, speaking of that, I saw your mom about a month ago, and she came up to me and gave me a great big hug. So, hi, Renee, if you're still watching.
Heck yeah, I'm sure she is. I'll probably get a text message here in just a few minutes. But first here, we'll talk to this guy from South St. Paul, Minnesota, Cooper Johnson, making that last lap pass, getting the victory done. Cooper, how does it feel, man?
Let's go, boys. I'm so happy right now. Last 2 weeks have been rough. I had a rough time at Daytona, rough time at Bristol last week. I'm so pumped. I was so focused this entire week waiting for Kentucky because I love the mile and a halves. I'm so glad to be here, and I'm so glad to finally get that first win here.
Yeah, and just talk a little through it here. You had Vincent Isabella got a great restart there and try to hold you off on those older tires, but you had the points leader, the dominator, Indel just kind of talk what you kind of had to do to get yourself into position to win this race.
Well, I knew I was me and Vince are on the same Discord call, and I'm yelling at Vince because I was starting 4th there. I'm yelling at him like, dude, we got 2 shift guys starting on the inside. You got to start on the outside. And I was contemplating starting in 1st gear because you technically can start in 1st. You can get a little bit better of a launch, but I didn't want to spin my tire, so I started in 2nd. And those guys on the inside, they started in 1st gear, so they were able to get a pretty good jump on me still. But I couldn't tell. It looked like Nick got a little bit loose coming off of 4 there. And because of how high up I ran, I didn't want to, you know, destroy Kian going into 3, so I kind of backed off and went a little bit high and got a huge run off of 4, which I was able to kind of get on by under those guys and end up getting by Vince there. Thank you to Vince for racing clean there. I know he came down a little bit there to try and block me, but then, you know, I just had the fresher tires. There was not much that he could do. I mean, he had the right strategy call earlier on, but, you know, I'm just so happy we finally got our win. We finally got a win here.
And talk about maybe, you know, quickly before we let you get ready for half number 2, just kind of what kind of relief that puts on you, what kind of you know, what kind of momentum that could carry on to the rest of the regular season here.
Oh, I mean, it's huge for me for sure, just because of the fact that, you know, like I said earlier, the first couple of races were rough. I had a rough time at Bristol, got involved in pretty much all the wrecks, and that really sucked. I was really disappointed with that. But this is huge because, like I said earlier, I love the mile and a halves. I was kind of coming in here just hoping. I'm saying I just want to get 2 top 5s, just kind of have a solid run, get myself kind of back up in the points because I know that the one guy I'm going to have to chase is that 4 car for the championship. He's unbelievable almost there anywhere that we go. So to be able to beat him here and kind of break his winning streak. He won I think he won the last 3 races in a row, which is just like it is pretty demoralizing. But to be the next guy to win, get that win out of the way, now hopefully it's a lot more smooth, a lot less stress, and get some more wins.
Yeah,
go ahead. Real quick. Yeah, I know you got to get ready for the second half here. I'm a new guy in this iRacing world, but I've been around racing my whole life. When Goody said you were a rookie, I couldn't believe it because in the closing laps, especially in the closing lap, you drove like a man possessed. Like you were absolutely 100% obsessed with getting that monkey off your back, and you did it. You made brilliant moves coming out of turn 4. How important? We know the psychological, all that stuff about going into the next half, but how important is it to have yourself set up? How important is it to have yourself set up into going into turn 3 to be able to make that slingshot move coming out of 4?
I mean, 3 and 4 is the couple of corners that you really got to be good on because 1 and 2 is a lot more just easing off the gas a little bit. You're not using any brakes in 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 is huge because that's where you save all your tire here. You basically kill your right front tire here. It's about just trying to save that right front tire as much as you can, and it's that corner is the corner here. So if you're good through there, then you're going to be good. And like I said earlier, I got that huge run coming through 3 and 4, and that is what won me the race.
All right, let's wrap this up. Let's get him get to his car.
All right, we'll get Cooper. We'll have to wrap it up there. We'll get you sponsors. We owe you some sponsor shoutouts a little later. So if you want to hop in after the race, we'll get that quick. We'll send you down to Beers Motorsports as again the top 7 invert. So Cooper's going to be starting back in 7th. Hank Steinmiller now will get on the pole for half number 2. And now Ben, we got a little bit of nighttime is the right time for half number 2. And
we got to do the race picks.
Oh yeah, we gotta do race picks, Matthew. I don't know what order. We'll just go in the same order.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna go with Nick and Delicado.
All right, Matthew, I'll let you go next.
I was gonna go. I just saw the guy earlier. I was gonna go with Nick, but I'm gonna go with one of the hometown guys. Tank did a pretty good job for me there in the first half, but the guy here, Kian Rally, starting 3rd. Watched him drive straight through the field as I was watching the race. I like that. He doesn't have anyone to drive through here, barring pit strategy. So I'm going to go Kian to take second half.
Well, looking at who's kind of left, and I guess me and you are just going to flip-flop here in half number 2. I'm going to go Hank Steinmiller in that number 9 machine. He ran a pretty smooth race. Did end up in the 7th spot. I think Steinmiller, he's learned from half number 1. He's going to take it victory lane here in half number 2. Go enjoy half number 2 there, Matthew. We'll see you next week.
Thank you guys. See you next week. Have fun.
So yeah, guys, you have 3 pace laps to discuss whatever you need. So,
All right. So we got 3 pace laps here, and hopefully Matthew has good luck there next week or tomorrow at Watkins Glen. And Ben, we'll get you your race pick here. You had Carpenter, who did finish 11th last half. Who you kind of looking? You got a little feel for this lineup. What horse you going with here in half number 2?
This is one of those times where it'd be really nice if I had a telestrator, so that way I could do my absolute level best John Madden and say a whole bunch of stuff, but not say anything at the same time. Because, again, I am completely lost. I know there's a ton of talent out here in this field. Oh, man, yes!
Here's a guy.
Yeah, now here's a guy. Here's a guy who might win. Now, if you go to the bottom of the racetrack, doink, and then he moved, and then he turned left a bunch, and they make a bunch of laps, and then the checkered plate comes out, and then you win. And that's how you win races.
I'm going to pick Brett Favre out here today.
Brett Favre. Brett Favre is Brett Favre. Brett Favre. Because if you're not Brett Favre, then you're not Brett Favre. But if you're Brett Favre, then you're Brett Favre, and then you have the ball, and you take the ball, and you throw it, and boom, tough acting, Tinactin.
Man, you might give Frank Caliendo a run for money with the old John Madden bit. That was pretty good. But but yeah, as we go here in half number 2, I think one of the big things too we're going to look at is what we see week in week out here in OSCA competition is that fact that what these drivers learn. These guys are so smart from maybe some little things went wrong, or maybe they figured something out when handling a little bit late and weren't going to finish, kind of prevented them to finish up front. Guys like Zach Evans, who just finished outside that transfer position 8th. Look for him to kind of hold up a steady wheel and maybe work his way into that top 5. And we'll see how this plays out here. It should be a fun half number 2. But interesting note here too as well, Vincent Isabella, I believe, missed the grid. He was in line to start, I believe, it would have been the 6th position, and now he's going to be 33rd starting on pit road, so he's got a lot of work to do. So that could be a fun one to watch there, Ben, to see if he can work his way up to the front once he gets going.
Well, see, what you got to do is you come in the corner and then you hit the gas. And then that's the pedal on the right, and then the pedal in the middle, that's the brake, and then you got to get around the car in front of you, and then you pass them, and then you get to the start finish line, and then you go to victory lane.
And it's just that easy. Well, at least the great ones make it look that easy. I feel like I gotta be Pat Summerall. Give me a Jim Beam or something.
There's the announcer in Ashland, Wisconsin, is Nick Gima, and he very much has that Pat Summerall minimalist approach, right? So, like right now, he'd say Steinmiller.
Paint cars off. Yeah, do your Frank Summerall here. Do the job.
Steinmiller, Rogers. Here we go. That's
definitely
minimalist. Minimalist, and that's all you really need. But Nick Gima, much like Pat Summerall, backed by statistics, and so. But yeah, that Pat Summerall, he was the whole reason why John Madden didn't start talking about little bunny foo running through the forest.
And, yeah, it's amazing. Like Summerall was an awesome announcer here, or back in his day, and John Madden just recently passing away as well. Oh boy, that's a 4 wide almost situation. There's a gaggle of cars. That's around the 15th, 16th position, and right around the spot. Dustin Dewer, looked like Byhand was in that mix as well, trying to thinning out here a little bit. But whew, that was a hairy corner there.
I heard a lot of puckering sounds from across the country, and guys, spare bedrooms, offices, and basements, right there.
Yeah, especially even the guys behind that little gaggle of cars there. They were holding on for dear life. Caution is out. So
not sure why.
We're not sure why.
You got a spectator run out on the track?
Race control also doesn't know why.
Okay. Interesting. So it was a phantom caution.
No.
What?
Lynch, he's just stopped on track.
Oh,
well, he's on the apron, but he's just stopped off track.
All right. So interesting. Maybe a mechanical failure. So the gremlins are out. First it was Ben's computer. Maybe now John Lynch's, who appears just stopped on the racetrack.
If my iRacing computer crashed during a points race, I don't give a crap if I'm 30th or if I'm 3rd. I would be absolutely hot. If I had a technical or mechanical failure that took me out, my setup wise, oh man, I'd be pissed. So hopefully that's not what it was. Hopefully it was just like he had to go to the bathroom or, untuck his underbreeches or something.
It is. I don't know 100% race control talking here, but I don't know 100% what the deal was, but he was blinking pretty furiously, and then his stop just came to a stop, so.
Oh.
It had to be a computer.
Steinmiller, pit road.
Steinmiller pit road, interesting, with just few laps, and he's kind of the Evans. So a couple guys on pit road.
We got a hot couple drivers on pit road.
Wow, yeah. Leiniger, Carpenter, Jones, Bracy, Lineman, all down pit road right now. Like Neil Rutt was the other driver. See if they're taking tires here. This is interesting. Or are they just feeling?
Let's see if it pays off for him.
No, they're not.
Yeah. No, just a top and off strategy. So fuel might be close on a fuel window, but it's guys who stayed out probably not going to be able to make it. But the other thing, can they make these tires last? I mean, that's 44 laps, and we've seen how much fall off there was here in half number one. You got to be very mindful with your tires, and a guy like Steinmiller who has that speed, going to be trying to work his way through the back of the pack. This that could be bold, like you said, bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off, and let's see if that was a Larry Mack call or I don't know who else it would be, but
that was a line from the movie Dodgeball.
The old Dodgeball movie. Great. I actually just watched that about a month and a half ago. It's still classic. Still a great movie.
Oh, yeah, some of those movies like that, they get timeless.
What were the 5 Ds of Dodgeball?
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yeah. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge them all. And some of these guys, especially who just went down pit road, we see Steinmiller on pit road again, maybe getting a little bit more fuel. Trying to play a fuel mileage strategy game here.
Can we quickly talk to him and see what's up?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him.
Should we pull him?
Yeah, just ask him a quick question. Why the pit stops?
Yeah. What are you doing?
What are you doing? We're gonna bring him up. Hank Steinmiller, this is Goody up here in the 3 Wide TV booth. You got a copy?
I do.
All right, so we seen you just give up the lead here early on in the going. What's kind of the strategy, if you want to share?
Just wanted to get some fuel. She
All
was
right.
thirsty a little bit.
Oh, a little thirsty. Is it going to be quenched enough?
We'll see. That'll be close.
All right, well, play it safe, and hopefully this strategy pays off for you, Hank.
I appreciate it.
All right, best of luck to you. Doing a good job filling in for Westergreen there.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll send Hank down in there. So yeah, okay, a little thirsty.
I see
And,
Kynan Jones, Zach Evans, and Ray Bracy all had over 14 seconds worth of time in pit road. Did they maybe forget to turn off tires?
Ooh, that does happen. So maybe they used a set, but it looked like Steinmiller just choosing to quench the thirst of the car just a little bit. It's going to be interesting. These pace laps are definitely going to help, but maybe 1 to green this time by as the field, looks like they're ready to double file up. Zach Rogers inherits that lead.
You guys don't have the ability to see this, but I was looking at Zach Evans' camera, and he looked like he was not too happy.
Oh no! Oh, you got his in car, don't you?
Yeah, I haven't had a good moment to put it up though.
Oh man! So we will get the Me Fine. Maybe it wasn't fine when he went down pit road. Again, the Me Fine Foundation that Zach Evans promotes there. Good cause. Go check him out. But one
Zach,
to go to
Zach, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you're good to go, give me a thumbs down if you took 4 tires by accident.
Ooh.
He's smacking his head.
Oh no! Oh no! So he's gonna have to figure out a new strategy here in a hurry, and I know Zach Evans is a pretty smart guy. He can get it done. But we'll get back to green flag racing. Front row Rogers Rally. Indel and Cooper, they battled it out for the win last half. Cooper Johnson getting that win in half number 1. Pace truck gonna dive down pit road, going back to green flag racing once they hit that Geico restart zone. Let's see if Rogers gets a good start here. He's waiting.
Well, he has to.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's going too long.
Oh man, Indel on the bumper. What a great restart for Kian. And I think Kian did get clear of all penalties there, but side by
Well,
side
Kian
coming
took
out
off
of
after
turn 2.
the restart line.
Yeah, so he's all good. But Rogers getting a good run on the inside, and here comes that Minnesotan on the inside, Cooper Johnson. Ben, it looks like he's got that swagger after that win in half one.
Well, I tell you what, psychology is, races are won inside the mind, races are won in the shop. And when you got your brain prepared and you got everything underneath you prepared, winning becomes a byproduct of all your hard work, but also gives you a heck of a lot more confidence. And yeah, that mud duck sure does know how to fly. I should not talk like that. I should not say those things on the air. I hope I don't get canceled.
To be fair, I've said that about the other Minnesotan, Kyle Carlson, before. So don't feel bad. It's again, as we claimed before, it's a little rivalry, Wisconsin versus Minnesota, and it's all in good fun. And Cooper Johnson definitely holding a pretty wheel right now, sitting in the 3rd position. Right now, we got a jockey for trying to get into that top 10. Robert Hill, Dustin Dewer, and Gilberto in the 99, battling it out. Looks like right now Robert Hill on the move, on the inside, trying to get around Gilberto. He does get. Oh, Robert Hill is in the top 10 now. Scores keeps changing there. Changes fast. Right now, it's almost like a Daytona Talladega race with these guys battling for trying to get in that top 10 or as close as they can to it.
Only 11 laps in, boys.
Yeah, you got to save those tires. One guy, again, saving those tires right now is probably that 6 of Zach Evans. So, ooh, Scott Nicky once again gets pushed up the racetrack, gets out of the groove, loses a couple spots. He's going to fall back in the 21st position. Right now we're watching Jack Ely and Alex Kenton battle for the 14th spot. And just a note, we've seen Vincent Isabella had to start all the way in the back. He's worked himself up into that 20th position. But as you just said there, Ben, yeah, we're only on lap 12 right now. Guys, even like Isabella's got to kind of have to find that balance. You want to get that track position. You want to work your way through the field, but you also want to save those tires. And man, that's where, to me, the mind game could be a fickle one.
Well, you not only do these talented iRacers have a ton to worry about as far as drivability of their cars, but also they've got, as we've all experienced or seen me experience tech issues, and I'm just sitting here talking about it. These guys have a lot to worry about. They got a lot to think about. So, a new strategy to get to the front, coming up with that on the fly because you can't get new tires. That's huge. So what do? Do you get to the front and just, try and get as big of a lead as you possibly can, and then just hope that you don't fall off as fast as everybody else does? Or do you wait and pick off cars, 1 or 2 a lap, get to the front, and then capitalize, like sit in 4th, hang out in 4th or whatever, and then do one of those brilliant crossover, cross-under, slingshot, slide job moves that we saw in lap half number 1. It's 6 in one, half a dozen in the other, but again, I don't know much of anything about much of anything. I'm just sitting here talking about it.
Yeah, and it's kind of just finding, I think, that perfect balance is certainly probably the best move. But yeah, if we have that figured out, we'd probably be out there racing as well. And just talking about what the feeling you have, in real racing, if your engine starts sputtering, nothing you can do. It's the worst feeling, especially when you're running up here. And some of the issues these iRacers could have, bandwidth, internet goes down.
Dog rips out your router.
Yeah, or my dog's knocking me out of gear, but we see the damage there on Indulcado's machine. Currently mired back in the 4th spot. We see him have speed here in half number 1. Currently sitting in the top 5, but you got to wonder how much that damage will impede Indulcado to try to go for another victory here.
Might hurt him in clean air, but it shouldn't hurt him where he's at now.
Yeah, right now I think his best bet, is to sit behind Cooper Johnson.
Oh, your telestrator work is impressive.
It is impressive. What is going on?
I don't know. I should be watching the race. And I'm watching right.
I know this is a
It's
formula.
Like it's like when you go to a race and you just watch the drone.
Yeah,
This is the drag force formula, and all I can tell you is that this equals bad.
Yeah, this is bad. So as of right now, like Ben said, it's not going to hurt him as bad being tucked right pretty close behind the 91 of Cooper Johnson. But once if he falls off a little bit further than what he is right now, that's going to certainly hurt him. See if he can hang on in the top 5 until maybe a caution comes out and he gets some of that damage fixed. Right here we see a gaggle of cars here. This is a battle for the 12th spot. Osborne, Rawls, and Myhand all battling for position. And Kenton and Ely trying to duke it
Some
out
people
up
are
there
up in
as
the
well.
wall. Caution, caution.
Caution. Oh boy. Let's have to see what happened to bring out our latest yellow. Oh, someone just went around after the caution went out.
Wow.
Oh, Scott Nicky,
Oh.
man, a bad night gets worse for the 44. Looks like maybe he had too much rear brake. They were trying to slow down for the yellow. Oh, Isabella and Tarbell getting together. Up for the wall. Oh boy, McLean stayed clean last half, not so much this half. And ooh, that was a hard hit for both of them. Ooh. F44, not quite sure what happened there. Ben, maybe those mechanical gremlins are just all over the place here tonight.
I kind of think so. I'm wondering if it's a new moon or a full moon or something, because, yeah, we've seen a lot more gremlins than what one would expect to see at a track like this.
Yeah, and here's Scott Nick, I believe, slowing down for the caution.
Oh, too much rear brake.
Too much rear brake. And sends it around and gets into the inside wall. Doesn't look like too much damage for the 44, but not so much for the other two. And here we got the majority of the guys coming down pit road. And just a note too, Ben, Steinmiller, who did come down pit road to try to make it the rest of the way on gas, he does stay out. Steinmiller and Leiniger stay out, but the rest of the cars coming down pit road. See who wins this battle off of pit road. As Carlos also highlighted there, we did see Zach Evans come back down pit road. He used one set. I believe they have 2 extra sets here.
No, I thought it was 1 set.
It
Race
is
control.
1 set in the pits.
Yeah.
It's
One set in the pits. Oh, wow. So
if he took them, then he's taking his tires.
oh, no. Interesting here. This is
He
a lot
would
of...
have needed fuel though, because they could not make it. And without this caution, Steinmiller also would have been at least a lap short.
So Steinmiller might have enough
Zach
now, but he
Evans,
still has that
6
set.
seconds worth of pit road time.
So just getting that fuel in, as Vic was
can we
saying,
bring
in
him
race
up?
control.
I just wanna have a conversation. I'm not gonna yell.
Okay. You're not going to yell at him. Okay. We're going to bring up Zach Evans here quick in the broadcast booth. We're here. Oh, no. Why is he in interview waiting? Did I put him in the wrong one? I might have put him in the wrong one. Here we're getting... Oh, here we go. Here we got Zach Evans. Carlos, take it away.
Zach, my man, what happened? What'd you do?
You said you weren't going to yell.
I think it sounds like, by the way you're asking the question, you already know the answer, which is I goofed. I came down to top off under the first caution, forgot to uncheck my tires, and now we're just gonna make the best of a bad situation. If they had gone green, we were golden, but we all knew that wasn't going to happen. So,
I mean, were you? Because I saw you saving a bunch of tire. I'm assuming you were pretty far back. You're saving fuel. Do you think if it had gone green, would it have been worth it?
Oh, if it had gone green, we probably would have gotten a top 5. I feel like, because a lot of people would have either had to pit or burn their tires up, or no. I think it would have worked out great, but I did not mean to take the tires. Obviously, the best part is Ray did the same thing. He's my teammate, and so like he got to his stall first. I hear him go in the voice chat. I'm like, what happened? And then I go here, wee. I'm like, oh. No! Yeah, I knew. Without saying a word, we had both made the same mistake. So
hey,
Wally is in bad shape for the second half.
I'm sorry, but based on what you just told me, you and your teammate both deserve this.
Oh, no.
No, that's totally fair. Totally fair, Carlos.
Zach, thanks for making him play that. That's still the most heartbreaking scene in Office history.
All right,
Well,
I wish you the best of luck.
to you, yeah.
Yeah, time to make chicken salad out of chicken you-know-what, right?
That's right. Best luck to you, Zach, and hopefully everything will be me fine by the end of this.
Yes, hopefully.
Right now it's me frustrated, but you'll be me fine by the time it's done.
Here's hoping.
All right, Zach Evans, driver of the 6th, Me Fine, Wald E Racing Ford, and man, Ben, that's got to be one of the worst feelings there too. Accidentally taking tires and using that setup and having to go with them for the majority of this half here.
Well, yeah, I can about imagine, but yeah, the tapestry of curse words that was woven in that voice chat when they both forgot that they were to uncheck their tires. But in all likelihood, he still's got a good shot, really. I mean, he's just got to hope that everybody else, falls off a little bit, or, again, pick one or two at a time, pick them off one or two at a time, and salvage what you can out of it.
Yeah, and that's about the only position Zach can hopefully be in here. And I think after a certain point, these tires will kind of plateau, and he'll be right in the mix there as well. Currently sitting in the 17th spot. But as we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing, the guys who are almost in the exact opposite spot, guys staying out on the original set of tires we started the race with, our front row, the South Shore Racing boys of Leiniger and Steinmiller. They're expecting maybe to fall back here a little bit, but they're going to have that fresh set still in the pits if there's another late race caution here. So we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Leiniger going to lead them to that Geico restart zone. Green flag is out. Good jump for that 12 car. And he's going to almost leave his teammate there in the dust, and he's going to be battling Neil Rutt, another rookie in that 66 machine. Hearing someone missed a shift on the restart as well. And there we see Zach Evans kind of falling back there right now. And yeah, some drivers not happy about the missing shifts, but that's certainly something, Ben, that just sometimes happen. But it's probably the most embarrassing thing, 'cause it's a simple thing that you go through routinely, and just every once in a while can screw it up.
Well, right. Human error, that's the other thing that, these guys have to think about, is human error in driving these cars. And you got to always have your head on the swivel, as they say, and do everything you can to try and, protect yourself from it. But it does happen, and, shifting these is an art form to shift these cars. It really is. So, missing a gear shift, that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, and especially whatever setup that you have. I do have the H pattern shifter, and I know that sometimes I can get through that gearbox. Just money. Oh, no. Oh, rolls around goes Rawls in the 25. And it looked like he stayed on all four wheels there, Carlos. So, and Ben, catching you up to speed on that 25. I believe, wasn't it last week that was his only race that he did not get off the ground, and looks like on that spin there as well, old Rocket Man Seth Rollins keeps that launch forward on all four wheels.
Well, it was a good piece of driving right there too, especially going sideways in that curve the way that he did. You can upset the car pretty quickly.
Yeah, and he gathered it back up and able to stay off the wall. No damage, just a loss of track position. Maybe burnt up those tires a little bit through the slide there. But,
yeah, hopefully his tires aren't too flat spotted.
Yeah, that's certainly something that could happen on iRacing. Burn those tires up. I never knew if iRacing actually did that, but we actually had Zach Evans interview waiting there.
I think he wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh, he was not supposed to be there.
Wait, did you put him back in his channel? Because I thought we put him there back.
Maybe we did. Oh boy, that could have been our fault. See, human error. It happens everywhere. It's happening all over the place tonight, Ben. And now we see Steinmiller and Leiniger going to come down pit road, get those fresh get that fresh rubber, but again, not maybe not as many laps. Going to be different on these sets of tires than
I don't know.
they,
Is that
they
worth
probably
it?
hoped for. Yeah, it's going to be rough. That track position they lost, they'll probably gain quite a few spots just on their speed alone. Two guys that have top 5 cars, but
It's only been 7 laps, and 4 or 5 of them are green flag.
yeah, I believe they only got like a lap and a half. There you see Isabella, I believe, getting back on the lead lap, and Scott Nicky getting his lap back as well, or one of his lap backs. He's 5 laps down. Isabella still scored 1 lap down as of right now. So with all that, Zach Rogers back up in the top spot. Nick Indulcato in second. Gutierrez having a good night here tonight as well. He's sitting in third. Our half number 1 winner, Cooper Johnson, in fourth. And Neil Rutt started all the way back. Man, I'm trying to do math. 33rd position here. He's already up into the top 5. Ooh, man. Yeah, see, you know, Medford High and math, man, that was a tough one, Ben.
Yeah,
I mean, we seen that formula earlier. We had no idea what was going on.
I had no idea what was going on.
Oh man! But third caution here in half number 2. Zach Rogers trying to.
I myself am going to pause for station identification. I will be right back.
All right, sounds good. We'll get Ben back here in just a moment. As Zach Rogers trying to do it for his home state of Kentucky. Going to be leading the race once we go back to green. And Steinmiller and Leiniger, after they pit, they're going to be back in the 23rd, 24th position. Definitely a long way to go through the field, and not a lot of time to get there. So we're probably looking at about 14 laps to go once we go back to green flag racing.
So Goody, I do have an update for you about the
Yes.
John Lynch situation.
Okay, yeah.
It is an overheated CPU. And when I say overheated, I mean like 107 degrees.
Oh boy.
Did the cooler fail?
Unsure, but that's what the message I got from the team owner over at In-Law was that it was an overheated CPU.
It's
he's
still
in the
weird that
garage
it threw out a caution. He was off track, the apron.
It's because he stopped.
Oh, okay.
Okay, stop.
Anytime you're stopped near the racing surface, like on the apron, and cars are coming nearby,
You'll throw
it'll
it,
trigger
throw the
one.
yellow.
Yeah.
So you know, in the virtual world here, that's basically equivalent of the hood's up behind the wall and spitting out water. In the real life, overheating. Tough break for John Lynch. Kind of a rough night for that 86 machine. Hopefully get the cooling issues worked out for that CPU. That's pretty warm there for Zach Rogers. Hopefully get that figured out. Hopefully nothing got damaged in that as well. So now we are 1 lap to go back to green flag racing. Zach Rogers choosing the inside. We're going to go back to green. 14 laps to go. And it appears all these drivers took that 1 set of tires. So now it's run what you brung. Everyone should be able to make it on fuel. Are we going to have the hometown boy, Zach Rogers, home state boy? I don't know how close he is to Sparta, Kentucky. Nick Indulcato kind of becoming the new dominator here in the OSCA Sportsman Series. Gutierrez in that 16 stout run in third, or that rookie Cooper Johnson, who just won half number 1. We're about to find out. The pace truck will get ready to dive down pit road. We'll get back to green flag racing momentarily as they go in the middle of 3 and 4 here. Pace truck dives down pit road. Rogers is going to give him that restart zone. Got to maintain that speed. 55 miles an hour. All the way up to that restart zone. He's got all that play in that where it says Geico right on the apron.
Oh, they missed it.
Green flag is out. Oh, they missed it again. Another late go And a caution is up. Oh, Ty McIntosh. Oh, man. And Ty, we talked to Ty in half number 1 after having that speed. And it looked like maybe a bottleneck as Zach Rogers missed that restart zone. And I think this is, just an accordion effect. McIntosh did a good job of slowing up, but Osborne gets in the back of McIntosh, and Bracy cleans out that 10 car as well. So again, as Ty McIntosh said, a rough start to the season. Doesn't get much better here on the restart. Oh, lifts them off the ground there with how hard a contact they made. And I'll bring out another yellow. Maybe the racing just wanted to wait for Ben to get back. Roger still holds on to that lead. The top 4 remain the same. I believe Kian Rally did get edged by Neil Rutt to change the top 5 order just a little bit. So another caution is out. Some of these guys are going to have to come down pit road to get that damage fixed. And Bracy, who did make contact again with Ty McIntosh, as Zach Evans was kind of saying, he was one of the other guys that kind of accidentally took his tires, and that definitely could have played out in the track position and kind of where he ended up on that restart. As he'll just catching the pace truck now, as we're going to be close to under 10 laps to go now once we take this next restart.
I heard something about an accordion.
Yeah, there was an accordion effect on the restart, and a little mayhem happened. Our boy we interviewed in half number 1, Ty McIntosh, went around, got some damage, so not a good night for that 10 machine. But we're under caution once again. So besides that, you didn't miss too much, Ben.
All right.
You'll be able to see the last 10 lap shootout here, and especially as we're kind of leading up to the last restart, these guys with all the sets, I believe all the extra sets these guys had, the one set, they're all on these cars, so it's kind of run what you brung. It's kind of boys have at it, let's go. Oh, they're okay, they're letting the waiver round cars by. I was kind of wondering why they're all choosing to run the apron there, giving those lap cars plenty of room. Again, the rule here in OSCA competition, if you are a lap down on track that didn't cause the yellow, they'll give you every lap down car a waiver round. So that will put the 83 of Vincent Isabella back on the lead lap. Let's see what he can dig up. But again, Ben, not a whole lot of time. And this is kind of boding well for the 89 guys like Rogers, Indulcato with these caution laps ticking down. They don't have to hold off these guys for much longer. It should be about 10 laps once we go back to green.
Well, this is about, just like we saw in half number 1, this is where, these guys start protecting their spots and their territory a little bit. And so, yeah, and 10 to go.
Yeah, it's time to eat. Let's go.
Right?
Let's see who can get it done. As now, I think they shorten the caution, so we have one lap to go to green, so we will get that restart with 10 laps to go. And Zach Rogers definitely going to try to get a better jump on the restart. Maybe not miss that Geico restart zone. It's even though you're approaching it at 55 miles an hour, it does go by pretty quick. It does. I do like the Geico restart zone that they just implemented in iRacing to kind of keep that keep the competition closer together on these restarts. But one of the downsides of it, we can see what just happened to bring out this latest yellow. So pace truck diving through turn 4. It's going to dive down pit road momentarily. Zach Rogers is going to lead us to that restart zone. Try to get a better jump at it with just 10 laps to go. They slowly approach it at 55 miles an hour. And green flag is out. Rogers there got a good start this time. Hopefully they get it spread out here. Get these last 10 laps under green. And right now, Indulcato with that front end damage as well, trying to hold off Gutierrez for that second spot. But I'm sure momentarily here too, we're gonna see, as Ben, as you just said, these guys are gonna start dogfighting for every position they can get. Oh wow, lead in Delicado, going for it. On the inside, can't make it work, and you gotta wonder, Ben. You know, Carlos with that equation,
Caution.
and another caution's out. Oh no! Don't tell me, not fine.
Osborne, Carpenter.
Oh boy, Osborne again involved in the caution. Carpenter in that 71 machine. Take a look at the 3 wide TV replay. Ooh, Osborne getting in it with Kenton. And Carpenter nowhere to go. And Ben, that's one of the worst feelings too when you're Carpenter up on that high side. The car's coming at you, you have nowhere to go.
Yeah, when you know you're gonna get into a wreck and you got no choice in the matter. So you know, control is kind of an illusion to these cars anyway. But when you have no place to go and you know you're gonna get smashed up, like that's just it. You know, it's a gut wrenching feeling for sure.
Yeah, and Carpenter definitely felt that. I think looking out his window net on the left side, seeing Osborne and Kenton come up the racetrack. So another yellow, and I was kind of wondering, we seen Delicado there just make that move for the lead, but wasn't able to make it stick. And with that damage that Carlos was pointing out before, he might not be able to make those moves that he normally maybe could make.
Well, anytime that your aerodynamics are disrupted, you know, there's ways to hide it, especially on these 1.5-mile tracks. You know, drafting does come into play, but there are some ways to hide it, but you don't really know what you got until you get out into clean air and out in the open. And even just to try it a little bit, to duck out a line or whatever, you know, you run a pretty serious risk of you're jockeying for position, and all of a sudden you might be going backwards.
Yeah, and he went backwards a little bit. Didn't lose any track position, so I mean, if you're a guy like Delicado, it might turn into kind of a just running for points. You might have to live with second place, or you might have to maybe time out if you can just get him by the line. I mean, that's all you really need to do, Ben, is lead right at that stripe. And I believe Vin Diesel says it best. You know, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, winning's winning.
Right. Yeah, wins can be ugly, but wins are wins.
And see if Delicado can get it done in that number 4 machine, as now we're going to be approaching about 5 laps to go. So that intensity is only going to ramp up. But the only difference I think we're going to see from half 1 to half 2 is, again, nobody taking those, no one saving the tires here for a late race charge. So now it's more or less, you know, Ben, as you kind of described earlier, just putting your elbows up and you just got to dig it. Just got to go and see what you got.
Yeah, get in, sit down, shut up, and hang on. Here we go.
Yeah, let's go get them. See if the pace truck lights are gonna go off here with 1 lap to go to green. We're getting close to that. So, Ben, now you know, last weekend was you know, at Eagle Valley Raceway. It was supposed to be the Lonnie Lou Memorial Race.
Yep.
Old Medford boy. Now it's this Friday. I never pray for rain, especially at a racetrack. But actually, going to be going to the Packer game tomorrow night. So you know, is it wrong for me to pray for a little bit of rain?
Well, I tell you what, your prayers might be answered if you look at the forecast.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So maybe that's Lonnie's way to say, hey man, you know, gotta let another Medford in the Medfordian. I don't know if that's the word, but into the crowd there. So maybe.
And what was the excuse last week, Goody? What was the excuse?
Well, it rained.
Yeah, why did it rain? If he's telling, if it's a sign now, why did it rain last week?
I couldn't go.
Yeah, see, boom. See it, we figured it out.
Up now.
Yeah, what do you got now?
Yeah, what do you say about that?
I got nothing. I got nothing, man.
Thanks, Ben. You saved me out of that one. Whew. Now the field is doubled up. 1 lap to go to green here. Well, actually, just ready to go to green. They're coming out of turn 4. Pace truck going to dive off. Zach Rogers once again. He's going to try to replicate that start he had last time. As we're going to have 5 laps to go here in half number 2 at Kentucky to conclude this night of racing. Green flag is out. Zach Rogers again with a good start. Indocado with that damage bend. He's going to try to hold off Gutierrez. So far, so good. See how they get through turns 1 and 2 here. Looks like Gutierrez now getting that run on the inside. And with that cleaner nose, Cooper Johnson, we seen him make last late restart. Oh boy, contact with the 4. Oh, we got car sideways. Zach Evans. And oh man, they were trying to save it the best they can. Robert Hill bringing out the yellow. Spun around.
The main 5 car is also no fun.
Yeah, and I did hear Zach Evans in the driver's chat say me no fine. But he made an effort there to try to hang on to it. And just Gilberto and Peeler making contact there. Just kind of more mayhem ensuing and you know, kind of that old adage, cautions breed cautions. It's kind of what we're seeing right now, Ben.
Well, right, yeah. What was that, Newton's Law? Something about motion or something. It's easier to stay in motion when you're already in motion.
Yep, that's basically I think what we got going into play here. And again, with such few laps to go, and even some of these wrecks happen in mid-pack, back in the pack, they're trying to get every inch. And you know, probably one thing that maybe a lot more animalistic than like a dog going after meat is probably the race car driver going for a position.
Yeah, right.
Gets pretty wild, and as you see here in online racing and, you know, virtual world, real life racing, heck, Ben, me and you could be racing bicycles. We might be doing some old school road rash. We'll pull out bats and chains just trying to beat each other.
Well, when we grew up, Goody, I'm pretty sure we could have got away with that. And in the old Emmanuel Church parking lot, and if one of us would have fallen down and gone back to either our parents' houses, what happened? Ben pushed me. Goody pushed me. Push him back. Get out there.
Yep. And that's the exact mentality too that these drivers have after getting in a little tussle like that. You know, they're upset. You know, maybe going to their crew chief. Hey, he spun me out. Get back out there. Go pass him. Go get more positions.
Hit the pace car.
Hit the pace car. What for? I can still probably way too much of that movie.
Well, yeah.
It's a classic. The one part I want to know better is when Harry Hyde's building the race car. I just know that I'm gonna shape you like a bullet. Man, that point right there is awesome. Classic. Days of Thunder, baby. So now, you know, we went from 10 laps to 5 laps to a green-white checkered situation. And now Gutierrez is going to be on that outside. So now we got a clean car competing for Zach Rogers for this win. And this could get pretty hairy because I know Chris is not going to want Zach Rogers to get a good restart that he's had these last 2 restarts.
Green, white, checkered, all bets are off right now. That's for darn sure.
Yep. All the gentleman agreements, the racing etiquette are thrown out the window.
No such thing as teammates anymore.
Yep, this is like watching old butterbean fight. three rounds of just punches under mayhem. Here we go. As pace truck lights are off, they're going down the backstretch for the last time before we go green flag racing. Again, Ken, the home state boy of Zach Rogers, filling in for Brent Jones, I believe for the 2nd week in a row. Can he get Mountain Type Motorsports a win here tonight? Right now he's in good shape to do so, but there's a lot of hungry dogs there behind him trying to get in position to win this race as well. So pace truck getting ready to dive down pit road. Getting ready to go green flag racing. Zach Rogers, Gutierrez battling out here for the win. Getting close to that restart zone. Green flag is out. And oh man, nothing. That was a perfect restart for the 89. That's exactly what he wanted to see. Cooper Johnson, he wants to pull off that sweep. He's going to go into that second spot. I think he's going to clear Gutierrez coming out of turn number 2. Right now, man, it's going to be interesting to see if that 91 can catch up to him. Going down turn 3. Cooper throwing a block on Indocata with that damaged front end. Here comes Dustin Dewer in the 32. He's up in the top 5 battling Dylan Thomas. The white flag is out. Does the 91 have anything for the 89? Final lap. Final time out of turn number 2. Zach Rogers, the home state boy, trying to get it done. Oh boy, in the back there, looked like got a little gaggled. Oh, here he comes. He's going to try to do a deep dive. Nothing doing coming out of turn 4. The Kentucky boy, he's going to take it here in the Bluegrass State. Zach Rogers wins half number 2. Oh, they're wrecking coming to the line. Big wreck. Leiniger is involved. I think Dewer was involved as well. He was shaping up for a top 5 run. He's going to come across the line in 21st.
Well, I was just gonna ask if we could get a camera view of the last lap of like 5th through 4th through like 9th, because as I was watching the positions change, Dewer was going back and forth quite a bit. From like he was in the top 5 for just a second and then went back down again. But I wanted to see what happened, but we know what happened. Yeah, crashed the checkers.
Yeah, it looked like it was 3 wide there for the battle for the top 5 spots. Dylan Thomas able to work his way up into 4th. Gutierrez hangs on to a top 5. Indocata with that nose damage ends up in 3rd. There you see teammate Robert Hill congratulating his teammate on the victory. Cooper Johnson, what a night for him. 1st and 2nd here tonight. Did about what he had to do to kind of break away the momentum that Indocata had coming into tonight. But how about the super sub here of Zach Rogers in that 89, getting the victory here in half number 2. And hey, you know, sometimes who says you need all those sponsors on those race cars? How about an unsponsored car coming to victory lane? That's always kind of a cool underdog story.
Yeah, independent.
That's right. It's old school stuff, man. That's almost like representing Dave Marcus there as well. Mr. Independent. Yeah. So we were waiting for guys to come in for the interview. We'll bring up now our 3rd place finisher in half number 2, Nick Indocata. And Nick, you know, I guess that streak of dominating wins kind of out the wayside here now. But overall, you know, 2 3rd place finishes tonight. Nothing really to hang your head about. Solid runs, but what could have gone different to get back into victory lane?
Yeah, I mean, overall, you know, I don't think I finished outside of the top 5 all year this year. Only it's, you know, 3 races, but I'll take 2 3rd place finishes. I mean, stack up these points, extend the points lead. I definitely had a shot at the win in both races, though. So, I mean, at least I had a chance at it. That first race, I actually hit the wall under green. I was kind of mirror driving there, waiting for the new tires to get to me, and that wall in 1 caught me. So, and then that final restart, I had a chance, I just got loose. But with this race, you know, those yellows at the end really hurt me. I think I had 1 shot really going down the back straightaway on one of the restarts, and then we had a yellow. So I'm happy to rebound from, you know, I got shot up the track there. It was just a racing deal. But you know, happy to finish 3rd in both races. Still solid.
Yeah, see, we did see that little bit of damage on the front end of your race car. Did that kind of hurt the aerodynamics of it to maybe make that pass for the lead?
Yeah, there was a restart in there, and I think it's just us getting used to this new restart zone. I got into the back of the 89. He went a little late, and I tried, you know, getting on him, and I had 10 seconds of damage there. I don't know if it hurt me a lot. You know, I couldn't tell, obviously. Maybe, you know, it affected the tires, and I just couldn't notice. But yeah, you know, the damage really wasn't much. And like I said, we still had a shot to win it there at the end. So at least I'm happy we had a shot.
Yeah, that's about all you can ask for. After again a night, I guess an off night here for you, quote unquote. But still getting those top fives definitely should increase your points lead heading next week. Which I gotta look, see where we're heading next week, and that is we're going to Spa. So
Yes,
I think that's what you're looking forward to. So you're gonna be looking pretty hungry going into next week.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've had Spa marked for a while here, even before the season started. So I'm looking forward to it. Once again, I'm not going to say I'm going to win or whatever, but I think we'll be up there contending, and the goal is always top 5. So 2 top 5s next week will be a nice finish if we can get there.
Yeah, we'll probably see. I'm pretty sure we might see a contend for a win as well. But before we let you head off here for the night, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, once again, you see it on the car every week. Sam Drace photo. I mean, Sam Drace is a great friend of mine. He does great motorsports photography. Go check him out on Instagram. Check him out on Twitter. Follow him. Always a great addition to your social media feed. So go follow him and our team, Shift Esports. We had a solid night tonight. Obviously, I feel like it could have been better, but overall, we came away with a lot of top 10s for the team, and team points are probably looking good. So shout out Shift Esports. Go follow us on Twitter. Repost everything that we post. It will help us out. Along with that, shout out Seth Rollins. He races every week and he makes these great paint schemes. And once again, thank you guys.
Thank you. Well, one thing I got to note about Seth Rollins, you got to tell him he's going to lose that Rocket Man nickname if he keeps it on all 4 wheels.
Wait till we go to Spa. Who knows?
Oh no. Hopefully that won't be the case. But again, good night for you, Nick, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Yep, you too. Nick Indelcato coming home to 3rd place finishes tonight. Next, we'll bring up Cooper Johnson. Ben, what a night for this 91 machine, getting that win and coming home in 2nd. So, man, it looks like if you felt like you had any rust, Cooper, that looks to be shaken off now. It looked like you had a shot at maybe even another win.
Oh yeah, it's all gone now. I was I don't want to say I'm disappointed about how the second half ended because I got 1st and 2nd. I can't really complain about that. But I threw it in there as hard as I could there on that last lap in the second half to try to get the Zach. But he did a great job keeping it up front for pretty much most of the second half. And I can't complain, like I said. 1st and a 2nd place.
You live in South St. Paul, right?
Yes, I do.
Do you give driving lessons? Not only do I want to take iRacing lessons from you, I'll let you drive my brand new truck. I'll sit passenger seat. We'll go out on 494 and 694, and I'll just sit back and take notes because you drove the living crap out of your car in both sessions tonight. And yeah, you got to be awful proud, awful happy coming into that second half. Confidence up sky high, and prepped, rare and ready to go. And being able to get a podium finish tonight, that's awesome, dude. But like I said, I'm coming to South St. Paul. I live about an hour from you, and like I said, we'll go out on 494, 694, and we'll 35W, and I'll just sit in a passenger seat, and you can teach me how to drive.
All right, damn, that sounds good to me, man.
So, hey, if you ever want competition, there's Sister Goody out that lives in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area there as well. So I can get her out there to make sure you have a base to kind of set that off of as well. But yeah, what an awesome drive. Plus we got to go to Topgolf sometime, Coop.
Yes.
See, maybe now the first round's on me now that you ended up here in Victory Lane, but now next week we're going to Spa. What's kind of your comfort level heading into a road course next week?
Well, I needed this run to kind of get myself some points back. And the big thing is, like I mentioned at the end of the first half there, I was able to beat Nick in both halves. And that's pretty big because I need to kind of chip away at his points lead there. But I'm not I'm not a very good road course driver. I can't say that I'm going to probably do too good there, but I'm going to do a whole lot of practicing this week. I'll probably see what I can do. I don't know if the AI cars have Spa on there yet, but even if they don't, I'm going to be running the hell out of Spa. Just trying to get used to it as much as I can. And just the goal is probably just to keep the car on the track and have as little X's as possible, because that's probably what's going to equate to success there.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how that track, and a lot of these drivers probably unfamiliar with Spa. It's gonna be a fun race next week. So yeah, get that practice in. Hopefully we'll see you with solid finishes next week. And but with that, we didn't get you an opportunity to do shout outs after your half one win. So at least you got in the top 3 now, and you're able to do so now. So yeah, take it away.
All right. Well, first of all, I got to shout out Juicebox Podcast on all the major podcasting platforms. Those guys, along with Hank, you saw him in the 9 car here tonight. He was the big connection with those guys to get me hooked up with them, and they sponsor me pretty much the entire season. So huge shout out to them. Huge shout out to Hank as well. Good buddy of mine. Good to see him able to pop in here for a race. And shout out to Austin. I know Austin couldn't make it here tonight because of real life racing, but I was told by my teammates that this is the first Beers Motorsports win in OSCA history. So that's super cool to be able to give them their first win, and hopefully we can get a bunch more down the line.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Beers Motorsports run up front. It's always fun to have you guys up here in the booth. But again, congratulations, Cooper, and yeah, see you Monday, and best luck to you next week at Spa.
Thank you very much.
That's Cooper Johnson coming home with the win in half number 1 and another solid run here in half number 2. But next up, we got the home state boy, Zach Rogers, getting in victory lane here. Zach, doing your hometown crowd pretty proud here tonight. That was an awesome run.
Hello, yes, finally. I've been wanting to win here for a long time, and I'm glad to finally have gotten it.
Yeah, it certainly, you started up front there, had a solid run. I believe you would have finished 7th in half number 1, put you on the pole. Was track position a pretty big factor here in tonight's race?
Yeah, for the most part. Kind of starting further towards the back, it felt like I kind of had a way to get up there figured out that not a whole lot of other people did. So it wasn't the end of the world ending up back there, but definitely against some of the faster guys like Kian and Nick and all those guys up there, you definitely want to be up close to them. You don't want them getting too far away from you.
So like, talk about, like, you said you wanted to win here at Kentucky for so long, and finally being able to do so. So I've never experienced this in my iRacing days. How does it feel to win at a hometown track? It's
pretty cool, especially I know a lot of people don't really like this track, and I honestly can't say it's one of my favorites either. But that's kind of the cool thing about iRacing. A lot of these tracks that you grow up going to and watching cars race at, you get a chance to kind of get as close to doing that yourself as you can doing this. So it's just, it's the closest I'll ever get to actually being there, especially now with no racing going on in Kentucky now anymore. But
it's kind of a shame too there.
Yeah, it's tragic. But yeah, it's the closest I'll ever get to it, so I'll take it.
Yeah, and again, as we kind of mentioned, filling in for Brent Jones, so it's got to kind of feel good to be that super sub to get into victory lane.
Yeah, I'm glad to get it done for him. Brent's a good dude. I appreciate his team membership, his friendship a lot, and I'm glad to help him out whenever I can.
So obviously, not being a full-time driver, is there any plans in the works to maybe attempt the race next week at Spa?
Possibly. There's a deal possibly in the works. We'll see. But yeah, you might see me there. That's all I can say right now.
Look, if a deal doesn't come in place, we have promoter cars. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Well, how bad would you want to be at Spa?
If I want to be there, I'll be there.
All right. I like that. You have the control there, that's for sure. But as far as and before we let you go and celebrate that win, any shout-outs you want to give? Even though you kind of had an unsponsored car, but I'm sure there are some shout-outs you want to give.
Yeah, everybody who supports Brent, who gets him out here every week, and all the guys in Mountain Type, I guess now. Yeah, a bunch of good dudes over there. I enjoy racing with them every week, and hopefully we can have some more good things to come.
All right. Well, again, congratulations, Zach, on getting that victory here tonight. And, maybe a shot of bourbon's in order.
Yep. I hear it. I feel it.
All right.
Shots all around.
Heck yeah. I'll drink to that.
Sweet.
All right. Congratulations, Zach, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, me too. Whew, so Ben, we had a couple of first-time winners here tonight, and now, Ben, also you're not a rookie anymore. We can take those rookie stripes off you as far as commentating internet racing is concerned.
Well, I don't know about all that. I probably I should have had the rookie tape on, or the rookie ribbon on the back here of my chair tonight, with all the stupid issues that I had going on. But you know that. Doing this the second time, it's interesting. It's a lot of fun. And now that I found the secret sauce and be able to watching the stream on YouTube while calling it at the same time, I can see it's a miracle.
Yeah.
Not Carlos's fault he has the T-Mobile version of internet, but shots fired. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, brother.
Oh, he deserves it. He deserves it.
Hey, Carlos, you're did you see that Shaq went undercover at a Late Show with James Corden? And he was like an Uber driver. And he introduces himself to me as like, and one of the names he used was Carlos. I'm Carlos. No, you're not Shaq. Yeah. But no, when you got a hold of me earlier today and said, hey, jump on, this is one of the rare nights where I really didn't have anything going on. There's always stuff you can do, but at the same time, I don't give a crap if it's two-dimensional race cars that I'm looking at on my computer screen, or if it's three-dimensional race cars that I'm looking at in front of me. Racing is racing, and sitting here, spending time with you guys, having fun, hell of a lot better than cleaning my house, which is what my intention was for tonight.
Here you've been there, and certainly iRacing here scratches that itch, but. With that, I'm glad you're able to fill in for Matthew here tonight, and hopefully maybe we can get you again on in the future if you're not busy again.
We need to get him in here for Chicagoland when Matthew's gonna miss again.
Ooh, maybe we can plan this out a little bit. When is Chicagoland, Vic?
Let me pull up the schedule.
I actually have a schedule up here as well.
That's funny because I don't have it pulled up.
September 15th.
Is that a Wednesday?
That's Thursday.
Thursday, I will be either at the Legendary 100 at Cedar Lake, or I will be at the Knoxville Late Model Nationals in Knoxville, Iowa. One of the two places.
Ooh, so doing a little real life racing. Heck yeah.
Well, yeah, the late model deal at Knoxville is it's. And I could go on about this for hours, but the sprint car folks, they really take care of their own. And Knoxville is the sprint car capital of the world, and their Hall of Fame is there, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place. The town is very friendly, and I've turned from a pit guy for a National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer, and now I'm the emotional support animal of his race car driving grandson. So they're racing at the Legendary 100, and so. We'll see. We'll see where I end up. If it does that stupid R word, yeah, count me in. I'll definitely be back.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for the opportunity. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on here. Always a great time. But you can be sure if you're out there watching, come back right here next week, Spa. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. And until next time, for Ben, for Carlos, and myself, good night now.